originally going to sort of be until whenever, i.e. like 1. I've been informed that I need to clip it a little bit shorter than that. So I'm going to be trying to get done by like 12:15. I've done it in an hour before, but you know, it's a delicate thing. We're going to write a lyric together. That's why we're here. There's going to be a with lyrics that didn't exist before that at the end of this panel will exist. And you guys are going to be the reason. I'm just here to vote. So what I'm going to do, once I have A and B, give it up for John, by the way, making this happen. These guys up here are kind of like hamstrung and doing what they can to make it happen, so I do appreciate it. And that'll be, I think, just a second. But in the meantime, let me explain the concept. I've taught multiple summer youth programs in writing lyrics, and oh my gosh, is that this one? Okay, cool. Wow, my head is huge up there.
I still can't find a random bottle.
I've written, or I've taught writing lyrics, I've taught songwriting, and I want to incorporate the best of that with the best of the with lyric series. And basically now you are in my classroom. So I'm going to try to keep it entertaining, but actually this is sort of educational and also hands-on. So I hope you learned something, but a couple of ground rules are just, you know, things to keep in mind. It's always more important to have an idea, even if it's not a good idea, or even if it's not the one we go with. Just know in your heart, if you raise your hand and have an idea, that actually sets you apart in a positive way from all the people that didn't say anything. There's lots of people that are going to have ideas that we're going to kind of, you know, sort of vote almost like a consensus, like a Congress creating a lyric, and that's really hard. So don't get your feelings hurt if your idea doesn't get used. The fact that you have an idea is what's important. All right, enough with the after-school program stuff. So there's going to be 3 different tunes that I'm from video games that we're gonna vote from. We may do like maybe 5 minutes of like oral arguments, i.e. people explaining why they, not that kind of oral arguments, sir. Saw a couple of faces. Basically, like, I'm going to present the 3 different tunes, and then we'll talk briefly about why one might be better than the other, and then we're going to vote. And then at that point, we're going to pick a concept for what the song is actually about, what the chief notion of the song is. Did I mess up there? Where was I? Yeah, like the concept, for instance, the concept of Tetris with lyrics was, women really love Tetris. The concept of Castlevania 2 with lyrics was, hey, it's really funny when a hero has to collect body parts of the bad guy and put it back together just to beat him up. But the concept of something like, I don't know, some of the songs that I do are just about telling the story of the game. So we're going to pick that together, and it's not going to be like, you know, up to me, it's going to be up to you guys. So there'll be a lot of like, you know, if you want to raise your hand or yell out or whatever, we're going to figure it out, because I can't really control all of you people. So we're just going to have to go with whatever the room feels like at that moment, you know what I'm saying? But there will be no use of the mic on your part, which it's going to be like actually like a forum where we're discussing and building a thing together. And unless it's just total horseshit, I'm probably going to make a video of it. So that's on you guys. But you know, it'll be in my series called With Fan Lyrics, which is like, you know, so it's like Gusty Garden Galaxy with fan lyrics, and the idea is this, you know, lyrics written by people that came to the panel. So I'm basically stalling at this point and don't have audio. So I'm going to just to get the juices. Is that me?
And tonight, Mr. K is jumping the...
Thank you, gods of audio. Okay, so here are the 3 tunes we're going to pick from. The first is from the game Mega Man 3, and the tune is Sparkman. If we pick that one, we'll probably write it to this slowed down version. It's really pretty fast, right? So there's that. That's the first one. The second one. Yeah, let's clap. Why not? Sparkman really could use it. So the second one is Chrono Trigger.
Yeah.
I think it's Guardia, right?
Yeah.
Not Guardia, Millennial Fair. This one is kind of like difficulty level 3. There's a lot going on in this one, but it's very catchy. How many of you guys remember this song?
Yeah.
This is one of my favorites.
I only played it 2 weeks ago.
Whatever you said, I approve of it. I didn't quite hear it, but I like it. So there's that one. And then the third is from a franchise I've never done anything with. I'm just going to go ahead and play it for you right now. Sonic the Hedgehog, Green Hill Zone. You guys have probably heard this song, but keep in mind, I've got what I call dummy lyrics for all of these, which is a guide that shows us where the rhymes will be and how to phrase it, that we'll use as a guide once the visual is no longer my pretty face, but is in fact Word documents with all that stuff in it. So, to recap, Mega Man 3, Sparkman. Chrono Trigger, Guardia, Millennial Fair theme, and Sonic the Hedgehog, Green Hill Zone. Do we have any for or against anyone that would argue that, you know, the one they want should happen or the one they definitely don't want shouldn't happen? You, sir, the white.
I'd say we finally dabbled in Sonic. You haven't done it yet, right? So,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. I like your brevity. That's a good thing. Because guys, when you're, trust me, as a guy that can talk too much, like that was what, 7, 8 words? Way to go. If you're just like, yeah, and also I had an idea about this one thing, and also like if you feel the air in the room just going, wrap it up. Because somebody else will interrupt you with a better idea. Tom, hit me.
Sparkman, because the Mega Man 3 soundtrack always gets overlooked compared to 2, so to put that in the spotlight would be nice.
Okay, Mega Man 3 always gets overlooked. Craig, what do you think, man?
I really think that. So I don't think you should do Sparkman because nobody cares about Sparkman.
Point taken. Shocking.
Well, the Sonic the Hedgehog one would definitely be the most popular.
Sanic.
Somewhat subjective, but okay. So your argument is that because the Sonic the Hedgehog one would be the most popular, your work today would be seen by more people if we chose that one. Okay, understood? You, sir?
Not Chrono Trigger because it doesn't seem energetic enough to catch everybody's attention.
Understood. Understood. Front row.
Chrono Trigger, just because there's so much going on in the fair, and you have Gato with the punch.
Okay.
So that can make for a fun lyric.
Okay, so we have two absolutely diametrically opposed arguments about Chrono Trigger, but both absolutely valid. Front row, brown shirt.
Have you done a lyric of the Final Fantasy VI battle theme yet?
This is not a Q&A, buddy. Sorry, we got to stick with the things that I've laid out. We got an hour. We got 1 hour. All right, you, sir.
I think Guardian would be best because the other pieces come across a little bit shallow musically.
A little bit shallow musically. Wow, have you heard the lyric series? So, you, ma'am. Shay, is that you? Hey, how's it going? I know you. That light's blinding me. Anyway, go.
I thought Chrono Trigger actually had the most obvious melody.
Okay. Okay. Chrono Trigger's got the most obvious melody. You in the green shirt?
I think Mega Man's kind of predictable.
Uh-huh.
And Chrono Trigger said it has kind of a higher difficulty, and I think we're up for the challenge.
Chrono Trigger has a higher difficulty and we're up for the challenge. All right. You may eat those words, sir. But I understand what you're saying. Screw attack hat.
I think Sonic, he's been shit on for so long. I think he needs to get some love back into the whole series.
Everybody's talking about their poor little son. Like, listen, Timmy really needs this, okay? No, you have a point though. You definitely have a point. Purple shirt.
Green Hill Zone, because it is a reminder that Genesis did have good music.
Okay. I'm going to take just a couple more argument points. I really like the fact that you guys are being concise and making great points. Waldo, I found you.
Green Hill Zone, just, I think it's the better of the three.
Okay. You, sir?
Green Hill Zone seems obvious that we should do it because a lot of people would like to see it. And
Right.
Road trip would be very interesting to do at some point.
Okay. I'm going to take you guys, you two whose hands are up, and then we'll vote. So you start the front row first.
Green Hill Zone because I think everyone knows that song more than all the rest.
That's a good point. You're saying more people are familiar with that, so we would all collectively be more game to jump in. Okay, that's valid. And you, sir?
I would say Guardia Fair because there's a lot of things you can do with the fair with how much material is just in that area alone.
So your argument, much like I think your argument is that there's so many details to the Guardia Fair that there's lots of meat for a lyric. And all I'm going to say to that is that while that's totally true, keep in mind that the concept we're doing does not have to match the theme. What I mean is we don't have to do. It would be smart for Sparkman's theme to be about Sparkman, right? But if we did Green Hill Zone, would it be about Green Hill Zone or would it be Sonic with lyrics? You see what I'm saying? There's a difference between Snake Man with lyrics and Mega Man 3 with lyrics, even though you could do a Mega Man 3 with lyrics using the Snake Man theme, for instance. So I guess what I'm saying is think a little bit outside of the box, just in case, the concept, we're gonna have to pick a concept that everybody wants to jump in on. So all I'm saying is don't be too literal, whatever we pick. Don't feel like you need to be too literal to the exact theme we're picking. Okay, I feel like we've had a pretty good amount of debate. I'm feeling good about it. We're literally just going to do a vote. I'm going to start by trying to find out if, kind of try to do like the consensus, like how many hands appear to be, and then we'll count if it's really close. So, in order that they were presented, hands up for Sparkman. Clearly the winner. All right, hands up for Guardia Millennial Fair. Okay, strong. Hands up for Sonic Green Hill Zone. I think it's clear, guys.
Sonic!
I think it's clear. So, here's what we know. We're doing Sonic Green Hill Zone. Gods of AV, who may hear me behind me, is there an ETA on video, or am I just doing something wrong? Oh. No to both. Well, neat. My plan at this point is to sing you what is called a dummy lyric. And a dummy lyric is something that is written specifically to examine the scansion of the song you're doing. It's basically just a way to go, what kind of words, what kind of sentences are going to work here. So this one is kind of meta. Just know that if you were watching, if you were looking at this document, I've taken all the rhyming words and I've made them color-coded. So if one word rhymes with another word, it's the same color in this document. Visualize that. This dummy lyric is going to be a little bit meta. And also my voice is just shot to Hades, so forgive me. Here we go. It's the intro, but you knew that right. Obviously, it's the intro. Here we go. This is a dummy lyric. It's not very atmospheric. Listen, you'll learn the timing and find out where we'll be rhyming. Okay, that was, let's call the first A. You also could call it verse A. See how it's color-coded. Now it takes a different road. This part is changed. You hear it? It's estranged, musically rearranged. And that was a triple rhyme. Okay, so that's the dummy lyric. And the hardest part about it is that it does have that triple rhyme towards the end, which is like change, estranged, rearranged. 3 in a row is tough. Like in Zelda with lyrics, journey across a spooky land you hold in your hand. Oh no, it's once you feel like a man dressed up like Peter Pan on a quest greater than your dreams. Those things are tough to lay in. Oh, I have my rhyming dictionary, by the way, in case we get stuck. Now what's important to do is to start talking concept, and we're going to have about as much time to talk concept as we did with which song we're going to pick. Basically, there's a couple different kinds of concepts that you might want to think about. Is there an element of sketch? Is there an element of, Sonic's getting really tired of blah, or actually this song is from the perspective of this character, or is it an overarching song about the story of Sonic the Hedgehog, or is it a very specific thing about him? So, I find that when I do this panel, this is the most contentious part, because everybody really wants their concept to be the one, and I get that. But sometimes you start to see themes emerge, you start to see people with similar ideas, you can combine them, but we're just going to go with how the room feels. And you're going to have to trust me that I can kind of feel the consensus, and I hope you can too, that sometimes an idea is good for you, but not the room. The room decides. Fair? Cool. So, does anybody have a concept in mind for this tune? Green shirt.
The Green Hill Zone is one of the anthems for Sega fans in that era, so maybe we can do something with the console wars in general.
Say the last part again?
We can probably do something about the console wars in general.
Okay, so your idea is that because Green Hill Zone is kind of a, I almost wish that I could just have that camera zoom in on my laptop. Okay, so because Green Hill Zone is itself somewhat anthemic, for Jose is in the house, by the way, give it up, this guy. What's up, man? Good to see you. One of my first 3DS friends, let me tell you. So, the fact that this song was an anthemic thing for Sega fans, could be about the 90s console wars and only passingly mention Sonic, or maybe from the perspective of Sonic.
It could maybe be just like how the fans just defended even just why he's better and why.
So Sega fanboyism. Cool, that's a strong concept. That's a strong concept. Okay, so I'm gonna write down Sega fanboyism, and you just have to believe that it's written down. Other thoughts, purple shirt.
How about from the perspective of the little baby animals trapped inside the bad mix?
Okay, so the perspective of the cute animals trapped inside evil robot things. Okay, I'm gonna put that, and maybe that's a bit of a dangling concept that could use some more elaboration from somebody else. I'm gonna write per POV baby animal. You said white shirt and glasses.
Yes. As a lot of the Sega of the 90s can see, Sonic very much mirrors how Sega got very popular very quickly. Maybe we could do an idea where the beginning of the song is about how Genesis was huge and Sonic was huge, and then through the 90s with the Saturn and then Sonic trying to go into 3D, we could market the.
So a retrospective of the rise and fall of Sega.
Yeah, the rise and fall of Sega was Sonic.
The rise and fall of Sega through the prism of how Sonic was awesome and then got crappy?
Yeah.
Okay. Isn't this fun, you guys? I do this with myself all the time. It's cool to do with other people. Rise and fall of Sega, POV Sonic. Okay. Kurt.
Alright, I was thinking, since Sonic runs so fast, yeah, he's running to save those animals, but maybe it's not just that, that's not his only motivation. Maybe he's also running away from something.
Whoa. Are you guys hearing this?
Maybe he's got to use the bathroom.
What is, okay, so those are two distinct here. So I'm gonna write down one thing, which is, what's Sonic running away from?
Or what he poured.
That, even if you don't do it, is a really deep, cool thought. So what's Sonic running away from? And I also heard Sonic has to go to the bathroom. So what we have here, notice how the room just accepted those two ideas. One, everyone went, whoa, deep. And one, everyone went, ha ha, poop. These are both really powerful things, trust me. One is not better than the other, but something to think about, right? Red shirt.
So, going on the whole, the perspective of the animals, you could spin it, the animals being, these empowered badniks, instead of, helping baby animals. And,
So the animals don't want to be saved. They're like, finally, I was a baby bird. Now I'm a freaking fearsome robot. Don't jump on me. No, you jumped on me, you jerk. You fast-running hedgehog douche. By the way, I might get a little bit of PG-13. It's kind of my style. I hope that's not very offensive. On a Sunday morning, POV baby animal, and then I'm going to put underneath that possible switcheroo, and we'll just remember what that means. Front row. Mm-hmm.
So throw that in something like, I am tough shit, I can run fast. Oops, that's so much more when it's
Okay, so what I'm hearing is Sonic's cockiness being part of his downfall. Now, here's what I'm going to say to that. That is definitely a strong detail, but I want to draw a distinction between concept and detail. You know what I mean? It's okay. This is probably none of you have done this before. I've only done it a few times, so that's a great detail. I would say we're sort of in the kind of overarching concept, and then once we nail that, little details like that are going to be the thing that actually write this lyric for us. So definitely keep in that brain space. Yes, Matt?
Maybe there's a baby animal that doesn't understand that Sonic's freeing them, and it's like, oh god, I'm gonna get killed.
Okay, so baby animal, so basically dramatizing the moment where the baby animal is like, oh no, I've already been trapped in this thing and I'm now going to die. Okay, baby animal confused about possible death. All right, couple more before we go ahead and pick. You got a hat on and like a corona of hair. I can't really see you guys very well with the light. Go ahead.
Sonic doesn't get to save a princess.
Oh. That's one of those, I'm just saying, like, that's one of those, like, okay. Now, the thing that's great about that is that could be a concept, or it could be a concrete detail that's part of a different concept. So, Sonic has no princess. Were you just keep going or what?
It can tie in with the animal.
Right. Sonic has no princess to save. So that's going to be like a strong potential concept and or concrete detail. Hand way up in the air, yes.
I'm hearing all of these issues that Sonic seems to be having. So what if all of this is coming together in Sonic in song complaining to his psychiatrist about all of the deep-rooted problems he has?
So you're playing peacemaker here. You're trying to go, a lot of these concepts are
Sonic
strong.
clearly has a lot of issues to get
Right. So your thought is, let's bring a lot of these together. Okay.
He's been running away from them all his life, and now he's not.
Interesting. So even though it's independent from what Sonic running away from, it still can tie into that. So I'm going to put Sonic therapy session. I'm trying to think of like a Sonic catchphrase that he would say on the couch. All right, front row.
What if we did a thing with like Robotnik singing about how he's messing with the code of Sonic's game, that's why he wants him to suck.
Whoa, Robotnik, as a hater of Sonic, is singing about his plan to take Sonic down. Robotnik's plan to take Sonic down, which resulted in modern day Sonic. Interesting. A lot of these are good ideas. I'd like to remind you, they're not all going to make it, only because literally they numerically can't. So keep in mind, if you felt good about your idea, that's more important than just the fact that the room on this day picked it. So just keep that in mind, because I hate when people get their feelings hurt. Back row, yell it. Yell it, dude, I really can't hear you.
I came here a little late, and you're right, right?
Come up and use the mic, because I'm having a hard time hearing you, and I don't want you to be ignored. I don't want to just sit there and nod. If I sit there and nod, then you're not going to actually be heard, and I'm going, it's okay, it's okay.
I came here a little late.
Where everyone going? I just wanted to make sure I could actually hear you.
You're writing the songs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it time to draft a new idea or something?
Oh, did you come in late and now you're like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to catch you up extremely fast. We've already picked Sonic Green Hill Zone, and we're now picking a basic concept of what the song is going to be about. So because you weren't here, I'm going to have to ask that you kind of take the context clues and figure out what's going on, because if I catch up everybody who comes in late, we're going to be here all day.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay, enjoy it. It's It's all good. It's all good. See you now and for the rest of the panel. You, sir, in the black and white shirt.
I was thinking maybe a Sonic jealousy about Mario's success.
Okay. I'm hearing lots of really great details that seem like they could be one or two lines. That could be an overarching concept, but I feel like I want to just get a couple more. A lot of you are in the space of concrete detail, so try to make the broadest thing that we can fill lots of ideas into. I'm going to put Sonic jealous of Mario, which who wouldn't be? I'm jealous of Mario. You said.
Maybe if instead of from Sonic's point of view, it would be from Tails' point of view of being the second to the person who is second.
So Tails POV, the sidekick problem. Okay. You start in the green. Looking at you. You have to check. It's all good.
Sonic's ring addiction.
Sonic's ring addiction.
I like that.
He can't stop. Again, that's a really great concrete detail. I'm really not sure if that's a whole concept, but it definitely is it's funny, like Mario with mushrooms, you know what I mean? Yeah. I think we're getting to the point, considering the time constraints, that I really want to wrap up the concept. So here's what I'm going to say. If you're sure that your idea is definitely a big concept and not something that could be construed as an overarching detail, then of course all of your hands are still up. Okay, cool. So you, sir.
You can kind of break this fourth wall and talk about the guy who's holding the camera who's really bad at Sonic.
Okay, a song about the cameraman who is inherently always as fast and exactly in line with a side-scrolling character, okay?
That is pretty good.
Now, I will tell you, that could be a line in a song. I'm not saying, what have you done? I'm just saying, that could be something that even if you don't pick that concept, we go with as a concrete detail. Song about cameraman keeping up with Sonic, which is quite a feat when he's very fast. Okay, the guy behind that.
What about the concept of this is like a lighthearted level and Sonic doesn't even know anything's wrong until he starts hitting the robots and then gets to the end?
So basically, he's otherwise just having a nice day, and then it's like, what is going on? Okay. Here's what I want to do now. I'd like to, we right now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14 concepts. That's a lot, y'all. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to try to get a sense of what maybe the top 2 or 3 are. It's going to be kind of fast and loose. Again, I don't want anybody to come to this panel and leave with hurt feelings, but this is collaboration, and you got to break some eggs, okay? So here we go. I'm going to just want to see, please only raise, you know what? Let me go through the ones first so you know what you're raising your hand for. A song about Sega fanboyism. POV from the baby animal, possibly a switcheroo, like they really wanted to be powerful, but Sonic's going to ruin all that and they're going to be a baby bird again. Rise and fall of Sega from the point of view of Sonic, or possibly through the prism of Sonic, like he's an allegory for that. What's Sonic running away from? Sonic has to go to the bathroom. Baby animal confused about his possible death. Sonic has no princess to save. Sonic therapy session. Robotnik's plan to take Sonic down, possibly by messing with his code, which resulted in the rise and definitely the fall of Sonic the Hedgehog. He's jealous of Mario. Tails' point of view, problems with being a sidekick. Sonic's ring addiction. Song about the cameraman that keeps up with Sonic and Sonic having a nice day, not even realizing anything's wrong in Green Hill Zone, and then, WTF, right? So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to read those again extremely fast and pick your favorites 2, okay? This is the honor system. Don't be a jerk. We're writing a lyric, okay? We're not signing laws here. So just 2 times to raise your hand, and we'll sort of figure out what we're dealing with, all right? So, Sega fanboyism, point of view, baby animal, rise and fall of Sega. What's Sonic running away from? Sonic has to go to the bathroom. Baby animal confused about possible death. Sonic has no princess to save. Sonic therapy session. Robotics plan to take Sonic down. Sonic jealous of Mario. We're not voting right now, by the way. What kind of superhuman do you think I am? What kind of Rain Man counting the toothpicks do you think I am up here? I'm just reviewing through these again so you can pick your favorite two. Sunday morning, yeah. Okay, continuing on. Sonic jealous of Mario. Tails' point of view, problems with being a sidekick. Sonic's ring addiction. Song about the cameraman keeping up with Sonic, and Sonic having a nice day in Green Hill Zone and then realizing WTF. Those are our concepts, and we're going to now vote for your favorite two, okay? Sega fanboyism. All right. POV baby animal. Okay. Rise and fall of Sega from the point of view of Sonic. Okay. What's Sonic running away from? Okay. Sonic has to go to the bathroom. All right. Baby animal confused about his possible death. Okay. Sonic has no princess to save. All right. Sonic therapy session.
Whoa.
I didn't do that. You guys did that. Just keep in mind, the room just spoke. I'm going to keep going, but we'll see. Robotnik's plan to take down Sonic. Sonic jealous of Mario. Tails POV. Sonic's ring addiction. Cameraman keeping up with Sonic. Sonic's nice day, then realizing WTF. So here's what I know. I know that what I thought, see, I try not to be too control freaky, but I had a really good feeling about Sonic's therapy session because it brings so many of these together, right? And it has inherent conflict because there is inherent conflict to being Sonic the freaking Hedgehog, obviously, right? So what I'm gonna do, is, I mean, I don't think we need to continue debating. I think we all pretty much agree that's the strongest one that the most people like. And it brings together the most ideas and gives us the most possible concrete details. So, well done. And again, lots of these ideas can be their own songs. This is just the one that the room said. Right? So, okay. Sonic's therapy session. So, we pretty much agree he's on the couch, right? We don't really need to know who his therapist is. It might be funny if it's Dr. Mario. I don't know.
Dr. Mario.
Dr. Mario. No wonder he's so messed up. After like 2 hours, I'm going to prescribe you these colorful pills. It tastes like candy. No, I'm going to pass that with you. I got the toilet to fix. Okay, that's probably not going to go into that just because lots of times if you sort of confuse the lyric with a detail like that, when somebody's hearing it the first time, they'll be like, wait, what? So I would say, for my humble opinion, let's keep it about what Sonic would say on the couch. And then when it becomes a video, maybe the way to communicate that is just to like have a little Photoshop thing of Sonic like on a therapy couch and like a slow zoom so that they get it, right? So, I feel like a couple of these concepts kind of fall away because they don't fit in line. I'm going to make a few executive decisions. If you really disagree, then passionately raise your hand. But here are the things that I think like fall in line with this that we've already discussed. I will say the rise and fall of Sega POV Sonic. I don't know what Sega means to Sonic in this universe. It's kind of a deep, mind bender, but I'm just going to put that one. Sonic having to go to the bathroom, do we know how much of his running all around the place is actually IBS or, spastic bladder? I don't know. Being jealous of having no princess to save, it's extremely strong. Being jealous of Mario is also strong, and a reason not to sort of personify the Doctor until we know what Sonic's going to sing about. Sonic's ring addiction. I guess the cameraman thing, although it would be a really tough thing to like communicate. This is a song that's really tight with the syllables, and by that I do not mean it's like cool in 2003. I mean it's like tightly phrased. So we don't have these long, sprawling phrases to really explain ourselves. It's gonna have to be short and concise. And also possibly the fact that he was having a nice day in Green Hill Zone and then WTF, right? So let's talk real quick about structure. We're probably going to go through this song twice, so that we have two of the da 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 da, ba da da, ba 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 ba. That part of the music to me feels like it's a new realization, personally. The tune kind of spins its wheels up until that point, but that sounds like realization. So we have, I'm going to just talk through the song as it goes and tell you personally what I feel it is doing in terms of emotion and where it feels like it's going. It's upbeat, so we have tempo, which implies that Sonic's not lazily speaking. He's kind of like, this is, you know, he's passionate and or angry and or whatever. Again, it sounds happy, but it's not just straight up bubblegum. This sounds like, that part to me sounds like a but. What I mean by that is that it sounds like, but this thing too, right? But, go ahead. But I don't know, it's like a departure from the idea. Anyway, I might sound like a total nut up here, but this is how I hear stuff. So we do this again, and this is like a departure from the idea. This is the meat of whatever, if the song has any sense of story or structure, it's going to happen and turn here. So I'd like to get through two of those. So then we go da 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 da, and then we go back through the whole thing again. Now, if we only get through one of those, that's fine. What I want to know is, what is the arc of this? And we really have to be fast and loose with this. Is the arc of it that, I mean, you know, a classic arc in this kind of thing is like, it's not that easy being green. I have all these problems, but you know what, in the end, I'm glad that I'm me. Or, I have all these problems, I'm gonna kill myself. Like, we have to sort of end it. And I don't really, you know, condone suicide, but he's a fictional character, we're writing a fictional song. So, I just want to know structurally what you guys think would be a way to kind of start at one place and end in another place. So it's not just a list of funny ideas, but also it moves somewhere and it comes to a conclusion. Black Hat. Right, we've seen lots of different Green Hill Zones, yeah. Sorry, a little bit louder, I'm sorry. All right, so you're saying, structurally speaking, it could reflect the different Green Hill Zones that we've experienced. Okay. What I'm looking for, and that's not a bad answer, but what I'm looking for is really, is kind of like where his head is at the beginning of the song and how the ideas he talks about and explores change so that he literally as a person, the way that, you ever do the thing where like you're upset and you talk to somebody about it and then you're not. And it's like the shortest, simplest story. Or you go to someone and you're like, you know, I'm really glad I can talk to you about this because I really feel like this. And then they say the wrong thing and piss you off and you're like, screw you. That's the amount of time we have in terms of what happens between him and his therapist and where his mind goes. What conclusions he comes to about himself. You, sir.
At first he's running from something, then he has a realization and has something to run to.
Okay, this is a good idea. This is symmetrical. We have two verse and chorus, or two A-B chunks, right? And he's saying, starts out what he's running from, ends up what he's running to. It's pretty simple, but that's the kind of thing I'm looking for. Because even though that sounds almost poetic, like stuff like that structurally really helps just to sort of let us know not only where we start but where we're going. Waldo.
I was thinking like it's just explaining how they started like having a picnic in the Green Hill Zone and then Dr. Robotnik ruins it with robots.
With what?
Like I was thinking that he's explaining to the therapist.
No, I said with what? Dr. Robotnik ruins it with what?
The robots.
Okay, so the thing is, you're saying that it's a narrative structure, kind of like I was having a good day and then that happened.
Yeah.
Okay. narrative. So basically, Sonic's bad day. So it's him telling the story of his bad day is the structural thing.
Almost like his story of his post-traumatic stress disorder.
Story of his what?
PTSD disorder.
Oh, wow. Okay. So like the doctor went, why do you think you're so stressed out? Well, blah. Okay, cool. Purple shirt.
I was thinking that, you know, he complains about all the crap he has to go through, like random spikes and springs that give him whiplash and the iguana robot that just shoots you out of nowhere and all that stuff. But then at the end of the day, he realizes, you know what, I made friends and I also saved baby animals. And so that's the whole butt thing that you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
I
So
go through this, but I accomplished
right.
this.
So your notion is that it starts out with being all these complaints with which we could put in all these concrete details we picked earlier, all the stuff that sucks about being Sonic, and then his conclusion at the end is, but in the end it was good. In the end I made friends and did a good thing, and it was worth it, basically, to boil it down. What?
And ate a chili dog.
And ate a chili dog. So life sucks, and then life's worth it. That's basically like the spectrum there. Or my life sucks to my life's worth it. Did you ever think it gets this deep? Because stupid songs I write sometimes do. You, sir.
If it's about his bad day, his therapist is Conquer, and the butt is the therapist now coming into the song. Like he's complaining about stuff, and the butt is the therapist's lines.
So you're talking about writing a dialogue?
Yeah.
There's only one of me, so I hate to shoot somebody down, but I feel like writing that in the amount of time we have is not going to work unless I'm doing hand puppets. But I appreciate the idea. As I said earlier, it's more important to have one than to not. So we're getting close to the time where we're going to have to pick one. So you, ma'am. Mm-hmm. So your thought is that he starts, it goes from bad to worse, and then like he just ends in absolute, this sucks, forget it. Like basically just, no, the resolution is that he hits rock bottom. Okay, so starts bad, gets worse. Or from bad to, from worst to worst, I guess. Sounds like some kind of kitschy sausage fan that comes around. All right, in the back of the middle.
Let's say he's killed Robotnik.
Let's say it.
And Robotnik, last words were he forgives him. And since, Robotnik never killed animals, he's stuck in robots. Maybe he's still guilty about that.
So Sonic, right as he was essentially killing Robotnik, found out that Robotnik was actually a good guy, and he's dealing with that. Okay, that's sort of a concept over a structure, but I'm going to write it down. Our concept is just therapy, right? And I hear what you're saying, but I'm looking for anyway, I'm not trying to criticize, because the thing is, all these ideas, including the Conquer ones, all these ideas could be their own song. I'm also focusing on what we're able to write today. I'm going to write it down. Robotnik was actually a good guy. Now he's dead. I can only take a few more. Front row. Okay, he found out Robotnik was faster than him, and that's why he's in therapy. Okay. Faster than Sonic. That's why he's in therapy. All right, I'm going to take one more. You with the Totoro panda-looking thing.
How about the stress of being the superhero for all the forest animals?
What was the first part of the sentence? Before superhero?
Being stress of dealing with being everyone's savior.
Okay, kind of like the Superman complex, like the problem that you can't really save everyone. Okay. So now we're gonna pick one of these, and I'm gonna see if that thing happens where like most people's hands go up on one. It usually happens that way. Don't you wish Congress was the same? And if it doesn't, we'll figure it out. So I'm going to review the ones we have. Don't feel like you have to do this thing yet. Just I'm going to review them so you have them in your head. We're going to vote on one. By the way, thank you so much for bearing with me. This is actually going pretty well, and I hope you guys are enjoying it for the crazy thing that it is. So here we go. The Green Hill Zones, one by one, kind of a retrospective of the different Green Hill Zones, the different ways we've seen them. Starts with what he's running from, ends with what he's running to. The narrative of Sonic's bad day starts out in a My Life Sucks place and ends in a My Life's Worth It place. Starts in a My Life Sucks place and ends in a forget it, I'm done, like in the worst possible rock bottom place. Robotnik was actually a good guy, and I found that out as I was killing him. Now I'm really messed up about it. Robotnik is faster than me, and that's why I'm in therapy, and I am dealing with the fact that I just can't save everyone. Those are our options, right? So do that little America's Funniest Home video, beep, boop, boop, beep, boop, boop, and here we go. Ready? Green Hill Zones one by one. Running from, ending in running to. Okay. Narrative, Sonic's bad day. Okay. My Life Sucks, ending at My Life's Worth It. Okay. Starting worst and going to worst. All right. Robotnik was actually a good guy, now he's dead. Robotnik is actually faster than me, that's why I'm in therapy. Okay, and I can't save everyone. Okay, what I saw, and if anyone wants to argue, feel free, because I can only see what I see, but from what I saw, running from, running to, My Life Sucks to My Life's Worth It, and Robotnik was a good guy, now he's dead, with the top three. Maybe we vote on those three as their own individual vote, so yeah, okay. Objections, everyone cool? Cool. So, vote on your favorite of these three. Running from to running to. My Life Sucks to My Life's Worth It. All right, and Robotnik was a good guy, now he's dead. Okay, so the first two are definitely in the lead. I'm going to try to do it again. I'm sorry, I can't quite. Do you have a question?
No, I was going to say, like, the first two could be very much, like, merged in a way. Like, very similar.
Yeah, you know, that's interesting. But it really comes down to how you word it, right?
My Life Sucks, I'm always running away to this, but now I have something to
Right. So how about we reconcile it this way? What we know is that the song is going to start with negative reflections on his life. If we find a way to have, thank you by the way, if we find a way to have details about him running from things, maybe in that chorus, that pivotal place that sounds like the hooky part, then, you know, and then that would be great. And then it ends in a place where he's kind of having that Kermit the Frog, yeah, but you know, green's what I want to be, you know? And it turns out that it's worth it for whatever reasons, whether it's that he did a good thing or he made a good change in the world or whatever. Okay, so basically positive to negative, right? So if you guys are all cool with moving forward with that vote on which one, because they're both basically the same, as far as I'm concerned, is everyone cool with that? Awesome. All right. So I've never actually written the lyric without visual. Now, you sir on the camera, there's no way to like somehow have my text be huge and turn it around and you zoom in on the laptop, is there? That's totally impractical, right?
At the current moment, no.
At the current moment, it's not impractical? Or it's not practical?
It's not practical at the current moment.
Okay. Well, the current moment is when my panel is. So, all right, we're gonna thank you though. I appreciate it. Sorry for giving you a hard time. All right, so we're gonna just have to. You guys are just gonna have to hold it all in your heads, and that's fine because you know that's how it goes, right? So, let's basically start with how this works. This is very tricky because it can become a shouting match. If it becomes a shouting match, nothing gets done. So we are going to move into more of a hand-raising thing, and if I just don't happen to see you or don't call on you, don't get pissed. I'm one dude with two eyes. So what we're going to do now is try to build the lyric. Before we do that, let's just talk about some details, right? We already have the detail of how Sonic has had a rise and fall, has to go to the bathroom, no princess to save, jealous of Mario, his ring addiction, the cameraman that keeps up with him for some reason, and having a nice day and then realizing, oh man, what's going on in Green Hill Zone? What are some other first off, negative details that could be going on in Sonic's life. You, sir.
What Sonic's running from is his own problems, like maybe he has problems back home, he's trying to get away.
Okay. Sonic running from problems back home. Now, what I'm going to say is this is not one of those things we're going to vote on. I'm making a list basically that everyone that says something goes into this kind of collective word bank. So when we start actually getting down to the lyrics soon, these will be the things to remember. You in the back, sir. Yes.
Why Sonic hates Amy.
Why Sonic hates Amy? I wonder why. You certainly, I guess purple? Looks like, yeah. All right. There's a connection between rings and not having a princess. No girl gets my ring. Only me. Okay. Connection between rings and lack of princesses. You sir in the white.
Running away from all the shit characters they've introduced in the series, like Big the Cat.
All the other characters? Okay, so did you say that? I think I heard you, but say it again.
All the really bad characters that they introduced, like Big the Cat. Just running away
Okay,
from
so
them.
he's just basically him complaining about all the totally useless tertiary characters. Okay. Doesn't like the tertiary characters. You call them shit characters. That's what I thought you said. Now it's like, I'm just making sure I understand. As opposed to like, turd robots. Like that's a different kind of shit character. I just wanted to make sure. Same page. You sit right in the middle behind the green shirt guy.
He's losing all his quills from smashing into all these robots, so he's going bald.
Oh, he's molting. He's going bald. Whoa, yeah, I've been there. I can write a couple songs about that for you. Going bald from smashing into things. That's what happened to me too. You start looking at it.
Maybe Sonic doesn't like everyone thinking he's cocky.
Like it's an act?
Yeah, well, like everybody assumes he's cocky, but he's just, the sensitive guy deep down. But he's got spikes, sort of
Sonic
like
isn't who they think he is.
Yeah.
Deep, you guys are deep. Let's see, front row, brown shirt.
What if Sonic didn't really like going fast? What if he always goes too fast and runs into walls all the time?
You're saying if Sonic actually has a problem, like he doesn't intentionally go too fast, he just doesn't know his own string like the Hulk. So he's kind of like the Hulk of speed. Like he can't tiptoe. He's like, okay, I'm gonna, like he just like flies off. Surprise party, he's like, surprise, and flies through the roof. Sonic can't control his speed. Okay, I'm gonna take a few more of these, but keep in mind that if you have a good idea while we're writing the lyric itself, one of these could come in handy. You sir with the Jesus hair that I would kill somebody for. Has to buy a lot of shoes. Can you imagine Sonic's walk-in closet? Alright, because that's pretty much all the clothes he wears, right? So I mean like, that's like, his entire wardrobe. Fedora.
The speed is actually a medical condition that's
Whoa. God. Breaking Bad the Hedgehog. The thing is, I'm going to go ahead because we're sort of running low on time and just say some of these details could be their own really interesting concept and they might not fit into just a 1 or 2 line thing where he's complaining. That's really smart, but just keep that in mind when we start into the actual lyric. You start with the Castro hat, I think that's what it's called. Yeah, you're wearing it. I'm looking at you. There you go. By that I mean the really cool hat. I don't know.
Well, I figured since the rings are directly tied to the score you collect in the game, Sonic might be coming into this with financial problems. Fix debt or something like that.
Well, I actually like that. I will say, a ring addiction makes rings an allegory for either like food or cigarettes or heroin or something, and you just made an allegory for money. So that's something we're gonna have to pick on the fly, but I'm gonna write it. Financial problems, rings equal money. All right, a couple more, and then we're gonna have more details later on the fly. In the pine tree hat. A little louder, I'm sorry. The ring thing was an addiction? Gambling, thank you, that's the part I didn't hear. So, not an addiction like a drug, but like Like, okay.
Casino Zone.
Rings are a gambling-like addiction. Okay. And one more, you sir, the not red shirt. I guess it's like a grayish kind of thing. Go for it. I'm looking at you.
Mad about every time he eats Eggman, Eggman a couple hours later brushes off his hands, gets back up, makes another robot.
So the fact that Robotnik just cannot be killed no matter what, he can never get it. Okay. Robotnik never dies. Okay. So now we have basically 15 minutes to do this. It's going to become, well, we'll see how it goes. I'm going to play the beginning of the song. We're not going to do the at the very beginning. We're going to start at. So listen to this, soak it in. Let's go one phrase at a time. The first one is dun dun. Sorry, let me just review it. I actually don't know the song as well as you guys probably do. So, the phrase I have in the dummy lyric, just to give you a point of reference, because we want it to scan well, right? Is it's the intro, but you knew that, right? So something that scans like that. It's the intro, but you knew that, right? That's the scan we're going for. In terms of which syllables are accented, they sort of have to line up with where the music's accented. So what's a phrase that could start this song out and sort of give us a clue of this concept of him being in therapy? Purple shirt.
It's always the same thing every day.
It's always the same thing every day. I think it works. Let's put it in. All right. Give a hand to the guy that just pulled the first. I feel like this, the excuse me. After the second part should elucidate what we're about to hear about. Kind of like give us a main idea from which we can do concrete details. So it's always the same thing every day, which makes us go, what is? Then the song is going to basically say something about the overarching idea, which is I don't enjoy what I do. This sucks, right? So da 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 da. The dummy version, which is obviously it's the intro. What could sum up what we're gonna do? White shirt.
Running around and getting nowhere.
Running around, getting nowhere. That's it. Awesome. And also we have running as a thing we're setting up. Running around, getting nowhere, which has like double, triple meaning. This is deep. Okay, we gotta have okay, see you guys. All right, some funny details that actually like give us a sense of what it is to be Sonic that makes him kind of human. So it starts out da 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 ba ba da ba da ba da bum. That couplet, both it rhymes, but it also should be, I think, one idea, right? Those two lines should. Maybe it's something like, yeah, da 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 da, but ba da ba 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 bum. I can't prescribe that for you, but of all these concrete details we have, no princess, some kind of ring addiction. We're starting a list song, basically, which is just a list of things, which in this case are problems, right? So da 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 dum, da 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 dum. That's what we're. Remember, this is not to be pretentious here, but this will be a feminine rhyme, which means what really rhymes is the second to last syllable. So what I have in the dummy lyric is lyric with atmospheric. It's not, as asshole YouTube commenters say, rhyming ick with ick, because the second to last syllable is the one that rhymes. So like if it was Brental, you could rhyme it with rental. And even though they both end in ol, you're not rhyming that, you're rhyming da 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 bum, da 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 bum. Just keep it in mind. Thoughts, purple shirt.
You said it could be a but sentence, it could also be an if.
Absolutely. Don't worry about putting that button there. It can be any kind of connecting thing. Spiky hat.
Yeah, I was cool in the 90s.
Sure, I was cool. Wait.
I was cool in the 90s.
It doesn't. Let's see. Being cool in the 90s. My problem with that is what rhymes with 90s. Let's hang on to it. Yeah. It's tough, right? It happens to me all the time. You kind of like jump in.
Running in
and
Nikes.
What?
Running in Nikes.
Running.
90s.
I feel like
Nikes.
I really want to hear him bitch about something. We have all these great details. Use them, you know. In the middle.
Like maybe you could go the Pepsi to Mario's Coke, and then or like maybe if like you the next line could be like it was all just an elaborate hoax.
That's a lot of syllables you're shoehorning in there. But the idea that being Pepsi to Mario's Coke is funny. Now I'm a giant joke. The Pepsi to Mario's Coke. I'll be honest, I don't love it. But let's hang on to Pepsi to Mario's Coke for later. That's a really astute metaphor. I'm just not. How do we? Okay, I guess what I should say is, he's beginning this diatribe. So it's like we've already heard his main idea, but like, what's the first example of why it sucks to be Sonic? Start with that.
All I do is collect rings.
Okay.
No princess to show these things.
Okay.
Maybe we start with like he's complaining about collecting rings.
Right. So we have rings. We have all these details. What sucks about this is that I'm asking you to rhyme on the fly, which sucks, but amazingly people do it, including me. It's just, you gotta think it through because sometimes a concrete detail with no rhyming, in the back.
So for the 90s,
Mm-hmm.
ideally rhymes, I was such a big star in the 90s, but all I can afford is to knock off Nikes.
Again, I feel like we have so many good concrete details we talked about, and him wearing knockoff shoes just doesn't ring true to me, you know what I'm saying?
It's just that, despite how large he is, he can't afford anything because he's not making money.
I guess I just feel like if it was going to work, somebody would have yelled out an idea right now. Let's hang on to it. Let's hang on to it. Red shirt. Again, we're having him complain about something he doesn't like. Don't get too caught up in the rhyme, because then you'll just go, that rhymes, but it doesn't actually, like, what's the thing that sucks about being Sonic, y'all? We just talked about this. You can do it. Glasses, purple.
Mario has got it made. I haven't a princess to name.
Today?
To name. I
To
haven't
name?
a princess to name.
Mario's got it made. I have no princess to name.
I haven't a princess to name because like you're saying.
Let's not start it out with rhyming made with name. I do the same crap all the time, but let's make this something that like, okay. I feel like I'm turning on you guys. I'm not trying to. I just feel like there's sort of this gap between all these really kick-ass concept ideas, or rather detail ideas, that aren't translating into lyric. So, what if we pick one and try to find a way to say it? Like, could it start with, basically, it sucks to be me, I'd rather be Mario, or I'm a joke now, that kind of thing, and parlay that in. What do you think?
Maybe something everyone expects so much. I just want to have some lunch. Kind of a too much.
Chili cheese dogs. Nothing rhymes with cheese dogs.
Hedgehog.
These pops.
Hedgehog.
Hedgehogs? It sucks to be a hedgehog. I just want a chili cheese dog.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. The hard thing about this is, I don't ever want to be like, yeah, let me just do it. But like, I like that, chili cheese dog. It sucks to be a hedgehog. I just want a chili cheese dog. What else? Okay, so now we have da-da-da-da-da-da, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Okay, keep them coming. Thoughts, ideas, white shirt, glasses.
So how about one? You might think I have it made, but I've got no princess to save.
Okay, for some reason, made and saved just rhymes better than made and name, but it's basically bouncing off the purple shirt guy's thought. So, you think I've got it made. I have no, but I have no princess to save. It's kind of clunky, but it's a good thought. I'm trying to just kind of like massage it.
I've got no princess to save.
They think I've got it made. But where's my... What could we just? Is it lame to just make it girl? I've got no girl to save. Yeah, you cool? Okay. That's called the thesaurus trick. They think I've got it made, but I've got no girl to save. Okay, we're getting into a good place. And again, nobody get your feelings hurt. This is just fast and loose version of what happens when you do this sort of stuff. So now we've got it's us to be a hedgehog. I just want a chili cheese dog. They think I've got it made, but I've got no girl to save, which is a nice way to use that sort of musical departure. It's kind of like a vulnerable moment. We're doing good stuff here. So now we go into da 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 da. Same sort of thing, but it ends differently. Okay, we're on a roll. Backwards hat.
I tried to get all of these rings while avoiding all of these pointy things.
I gotta tell you, I like the idea of rings and things, but that's not quite it. But can somebody take that basic thought, maybe, and spin it into something a little bit like more specific and maybe lays into the scan better? You start looking at your coat hair. Or wavy hair, sorry. You're all balls of light to me. There you go, you, yeah.
Maybe he could have such a ring addiction he had to Prince Albert. He said, I have a ring on my wang, yet not on a princess to bang.
Wow. Don't know if it'll scan. If you can sing it for me in a way that scans. I mean, like, how about...
Yet not on a princess to bang.
What does the room think? I'm on the fence.
Yeah.
All right.
Run with
it. I have a ring on my wang. I'm just gonna say, as president of the Senate here, that's never been established. So I'm just worried people are gonna go, wait, just like sitting on your wang? And in the video, I'm not gonna show his sonic wang. Hi, 5 minutes, okay. We're gonna be lucky to make it through one of these guys. So we spent a long time on the concept, it always happens. I was at one point told that I had until 1, but we're gonna make it, it's all good. Purple shirt, it's okay, nothing but love.
I'm Og.
You jerk, you flew me down here and gave me a nice hotel room. Everything's cool, everything's cool. Purple shirt.
I spend all day robot killing, but it feels so unfulfilled.
Whoa. So I is gonna be a pickup. I spend the day robot killing, but it feels so unfulfilling. And that rings true, doesn't it? Because that feels like the kind of guy we're talking about. I spend the day robot killing, but it seems so unfulfilling, feels so unfulfilling. Let's see if we can, before we're done, get in something about Mario. We've gotten a couple of these really good concrete details. You guys are doing well considering the amount of time we have. So now we have da 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 ba ba bum ba bum ba bum ba 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 bum. This is gonna be tricky because it's like a long daisy chain phrase. All right. So da 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 da. Hit me.
It really is kind of a bummer getting stuck behind a 2-bit plumber.
Whoa. I'm gonna take what you said and make it stand correctly. Okay, really, it's such a bummer. Did you say stuck behind?
Seconds to 8 the time.
Wait, seconds.
To be upstaged by a plumber.
To be upstaged by a plumber.
Yeah.
All right, I'll take it. It's a little bit funky in the scan, but if I just do a triple, it'll work. To be upstaged by a plumber. Ba ba bum. We have to do that too. Now, here's the hard part about this. Ba-ba-bum, the third syllable of that is gonna have to rhyme 2 more times, so we cannot be hasty. If we jump into this, we're gonna suddenly be like, what rhymes with dick, what rhymes with dick? So let's think about where this is going, because with the time we have left, this is gonna be it. So really what we need to do now is find a way in a very short amount of time, in a very short amount of lyrical space to have him go, but maybe it's worth it. I do da da and also da ba 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 bum ba ba bum. So like, this is gonna be tough, but it must happen. So right now, small goal is we've just gone to be upstaged by a plumber. Ba ba bum. What's that? Thoughts? You? That's the thing. We're not actually rhyming with plumber. I didn't explain that very well. Plumber is already rhyming with bummer, but we have 3 syllables after plumber, and the third one must rhyme 2 more times. Yeah, this is where it gets tricky. You, sir.
I'm all alone, and followed by in Green Hill Zone.
Whoa, I'm all alone. Da da da. In Green Hill Zone. That's pretty good. I just feel like, here's a question. Do I have to give up on our structural thing because we have to leave this panel? I think I might. Guys. It's a time constraint issue. We've done really good work, and I feel like you guys are a good group. But I feel like we might not be able to. Let's just do a quick up, quick down. Having him end on a positive note, should that be the priority, or should the priority just be getting it done and you know what I mean? Like thoughts.
I got positive.
Positive? Okay, I like your thought, but let's try to make it some kind of turnaround where he somehow decides his life has worth. In the back. Okay, so we have da da da.
I'm not alone. Something in Green Hill Zone.
I'm not alone. Okay. So to be upstaged by a plumber, own. Not alone in Green Hill Zone. Okay. To be upstaged by a plumber.
If you're are you doing 1 verse or 2? The second verse would be.
The second verse will never happen in the 30 seconds we have left. Sorry.
In theory, at some future point, it would be the second verse you would have I'm not alone, where the first voice is I am alone.
Sure. I'm trying to do 2 things at once, which is make this song end and also put it in the middle. So yeah, I hear what you're saying. To be upstaged by a plumber, but I'm not alone in Green Hill Zone. The last 3 syllables could be because there's tails. So what I have now is to be upstaged by a plumber, but I'm not alone. I'm adding syllables, yes. In Green Hill Zone, because there's tails. Yeah. And I mean, it's not the best turnaround I've ever heard, but it does get us there. So now we need 3 syllables at the end of the plumber line that end in own and make sense to where we're going.
Hold the phone.
Hold the phone. Done. I know I need to go. But I'm gonna sing it to you first, and then we're gonna split. I am going to my vendor booth after this. If you guys want to do one little handshake before I go back to New York City. But here's our song. It's always the same thing every day. Running around, getting nowhere. It sucks to be a hedgehog. I just want a chili cheese dog. They think I've got it made, but I've got no girl to save. I spend the day robot killing, but it feels so unfulfilling. Really, it's such a bummer to be upstaged by a plumber. Hold the phone. I'm not alone in Green Hill Zone. Everyone backstage, you guys were awesome. I hope you had fun, maybe learned something about the process, but again, just thanks for coming, and I hope you had a great SGC. See you next time.